Scene 1. Narrator. It's a warm Saturday afternoon. The Marx sisters, Meg and Joe, are in their room getting ready to go out when their younger sister Amy walks in. So who is getting to ready here? Meg and Joe are getting ready in a room to go outside somewhere. So that time their younger sister Amy enters in the room. There is an air of secrecy around Meg and Joe, which makes little Amy very curious. So this Amy finds that this Meg and Joe are something they are hiding. They are venting something secrecy. They are not telling. This Amy, she thinks like that. Okay. Little Amy so that's why Amy is very curious. Amy, girls, where are you going? Amy asked to their sisters. Sisters, where are you going? Joe sharply, never you mind. So sharply means here in a hurtful and unfriendly manner. In an unfriendly manner, she told that never you mind. Why you are asking like this? Amy, turning to Meg, do tell me, I should think you might let me go too, for I haven't got anything to do and I am so lonely. That time Amy turns to this Meg. That time she tells her, I think I should also go outside. I should also go outside with you because I am also feeling lonely here. Meg, I can't be here because you aren't invited. So that time Meg tells that you can't come because you are not invited. Suddenly, see, at that time Meg is telling that time Joe cutting in impatiently. So suddenly what Joe tells here, you can't go Amy, so don't be a baby and whine about it. So what she is telling, you don't behave like a little son, don't behave like a baby, you don't cry and you don't cry for that. I mean, you are going somewhere with Laurie, I know you are, I know. You are going to the theatre to see the Seven Castles. It was mean not to tell me in time, I shall go to that time. This Amy already know that. Amy already know where they are going. They are going to watch the film that is the Seven Castles. With whom? With Laurie. Laurie is the friend of Joe and Meg. Yes. That time Joe crossingly, you can't because our seats are reserved and it isn't proper to poke yourself where you aren't wanted. Just stay where you are. So that time Joe tells that our seats are already reserved and don't take much interest. Don't interfere where you are not wanted. You are not wanted there, so you don't take more interest, she is telling. Amy sits down on the floor and begins to cry. At that moment, Laurie calls from the door. The two girls start to exit the stage, leaving their sister wailing. So that time, who came? Laurie came. Laurie, their friend came. He calls from the door. These two girls, they went outside with him, leaving this girl crying. Wailing means what? Crying. Amy is sitting on the floor and crying there. Amy, you will be sorry for this, Joe, March, see if you aren't. So, what happened? This Amy is warning, you will be sorry for this. You have to pay the penalty for this, she is telling. Joe laughing, fiddlesticks. So, Joe what? She is laughing. Fiddlesticks means what? An old way of saying nonsense. Okay. Like that she told and she went. Now scene 2, see what happens here. Narrator, The girls have a lovely time at the play, but in spite of that, Joe's pleasure has a drop of bitterness in it. The fairy queen's yellow curls remind her of Amy and their little fight. Jo has always had a hard time controlling her fairy temper, but her anger never lasts long and she soon starts to repent. So here, when they are watching film also, this girl Jo, she is feeling something sad like this because she has fought with her younger sister in home and she came. And so she is seeing the film, in that one fairy queen she will see a fairy queen who has yellow hairs. Yellow curls means yellow hair. That time she remember her younger sister Amy. So many times she fought with Jo, but every time after some time she was cool again. And she was feeling sorry for that quarrel or fight. When Jo and Meg get home, Amy is sitting in the parlor reading. She never lifts her eyes from the book or asks a single question. So when they returned from this film, Jo and Meg, she was sitting in the parlor. Parlor means drawing room will be there in home. She was sitting and reading book. Who? This Amy, because she was reading book and she never lifts her head. She never lifts her eyes from the book or asks a single question. She did not talk with this Jo and Meg. After coming this film, she was sitting and reading there. She did not raise her head up and did not ask anything. She did not talk because she was very much angry. They did not take her to film. That's why. So fairy tale means what this is? This one in Kannada we tell Kalpanika Kathegalu. Okay, that is a children's films. Those will be children's film. Yes, okay. Now here, the next day, Meg, Beth, and Amy are sitting together in the parlor. So these are all next day. Again, they are sitting in the parlor. Parlor means a drawing room. We'll tell you like that. Together they are sitting. Jo runs into the room. Jo breathlessly, has anyone taken my book? So Jo enters in this room, in this parlor where they are sitting. There she enters and she asks, has anyone taken my book? Means has anyone taken her book? Meg and Beth immediately, no. Jo asks again, Amy, have you got it? Amy said, no, I haven't. Jo, you know where it is then. That time Jo tells, you know where it is then, she told. Amy, no, I don't know. That time she told, no, I don't know where it is, that book, I don't know, she told. Jo shaking Amy by the shoulder, that's a lie. So at that time when she told, Amy told, I don't know where it is, that time, this Jo, what she did, she folded her shoulder and she began to shake and she told that you are telling lie. That's a lie. Amy excitedly, scold as much as you like, you will never see your silly old book again, I want it. So Amy that time she told, excitedly, I know where it is, she told. So again what she told, scold as much as you like, you will never see your silly old book again, I want it. So what she told, you will not see your book again, you will not get your book again. What she did, she had burnt it. She told that she had burnt that book. Jo, what? Starting to cry. You wicked girl, I never can write it again. I will never forgive you as long as I live. That time Jo was very much surprised. What? She told and she started crying. She told that you bad girl, I cannot write again that book. I never can write it again. I will never forgive you as long as I live. So, what she told Joe, I will not forgive you at all in my life. Because what? It was a book of stories. She has written many stories in that book. Fairy tale stories she has written. Joe runs up to the attic to weep over her loss. Mrs. March walks in and he hears the story. So that time she went to a room and she started weeping there. That time Mrs. March means their mother came. Their mother came and she hears all the story. Mrs. March, gently, what you did was very wrong. I mean, the book had only half a dozen little fairy tales, but Joe had worked over them patiently. She had put her whole heart into writing each of the stories. You must apologize to her. So, her mother came there. Her mother came and she told, in a calm way, she told that, I mean that what you have done, that is wrong. That is wrong because Joe has taken very much effort. She has made effort and she has written half a dozen tale stories. Means 6 stories she has written. 6 stories she has written. That too patiently. She has written, and for that sake she has to. This Amy has to apologize. Apologize means say sorry for her. So mother is telling to Amy to say sorry to Joe. So because Joe has written many interesting stories in that, with wholehearted, with interested, she has written. Amy, truly sorry. You are right, mother. I will. That time Amy told her, yes, okay, mother. Yes, I will say sorry for her. At tea time, Joe comes down to the dining room, looking grim. It takes all the Amy's courage to walk up to her. Joe comes down to the dining room. So, Joe comes at that time. At tea time, Joe comes down to the dining room, looking grim. It takes all of Amy's courage to walk up to her. So here, Joe comes to the dining room. That time, Amy comes there. Amy, she with the courage, she walks to her because Joe is very much angry now. Amy, please forgive me, Joe. I am very sorry. That time Amy came there and she is saying to Joe that I am very sorry. Forgive me. Joe sternly. Joe, she is very much angry now. What she tells with angrily, she will tell, I shall never forgive you. You don't know how much you have hurt me. Joe quickly takes her tea from the dining table and marches out of the room, not looking at me. So, what she told Joe, I will not forgive you anyway. Anytime I will not forgive you. So, saying this, what she took her cup of tea and she went out of the room. I hope you have understood. This next part of this lesson will continue tomorrow. Thank you.